Teenager therapy, because we have problems too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Teenage Therapy. I'm Gael.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Isaac.
I'm Mark.
And welcome back to the podcast. I don't know. I'm tired as heck right now. So like if I start falling asleep halfway through the podcast, I'm so sorry. Like I tried to take a quick power nap before this. It didn't work. It worked, but I think I'm only gonna have like 15 minutes of energy. And I've already used up like 5. So in 10 minutes, I'm done. I'm done for.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a sleep deprived high.
Yeah, it's the sleep deprived high. I was telling them like I don't think I even need to get drunk. I just need to get sleep deprived, and then I get really honest.
You
Wow.
just get really like delirious.
Yeah, you do, right? You start
Yeah.
acting like a fucking I don't know, crazy when you get.
I remember I
sleep
was
deprived.
so tired.
Yeah.
I had a voice memo going on for like 20 minutes, and I was just straight up rambling. Like I
it's
just
so
didn't
weird,
even
right?
understand.
There's like a moment, like a window where it's like almost you're on a drug or something
Yeah.
because you're like I don't care. Anyways, how are you guys doing? How you guys doing on this June? Let's give them a June update because I don't know if we
Wait,
gave them a
isn't it-
feelings
It's
update.
July, bro.
It's July.
July,
My
bro.
bad.
It's July.
Bye.
My birthday
Damn,
month went
time
by so
fast.
quickly, didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more birthday month for me.
It's over. Next is
nobody's.
Thomas.
I know. I know.
Birthday month, birthday weekend.
Are you
birthday
excited
year.
for your birthday, Thomas?
I think so. I mean, there's like a lot of. Sometimes I dread it because there's stress that comes with it, like planning everything, planning like the outfits and figuring out like what we're gonna do and stuff, and if it's gonna like measure up to my expectations. But I'm excited.
You're excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Dang. I mean, that's nice. Do you think it's going to be a fun birthday this time? Because I feel like your past birthdays haven't been
Yeah,
the greatest.
yeah. My birthdays have been very like anticlimactic. I think like
Never
they're
what you
just-
expect.
Yeah, it's never what I expect. It's always just like very few people over. My relatives are over, and then yeah, like that's pretty much it. It's really boring. But since it's my 18th like birthday, I feel like I should really go all out for this one.
You think you're ready for that? Like, emotionally? You think you're like in a better place than you
Honestly,
were?
oh wait, what?
You think you're like in a better place than you were before? So you're like,
Oh, for sure. I've actually been wanting to talk about this on the podcast. But I don't know if the listeners, you guys, remember this episode. But in this episode, I mentioned how like we were going around and talking about our goals. I think,
yeah.
and I said that I just want to be happy by graduation. And at that time, that was like a very like big goal for me because I was at a very low point. Like it's crazy because like you guys and the listeners, like you guys have seen me at my lowest, and it was really nice to have like this kind of support system and kind of like people cheering me on and people that were kind of going through the same emotions as me. But yeah, like I'm doing really good right now. I feel like I'm the happiest I've been in a long time. And it's because like I'm just growing. I'm just growing as a person, and I'm letting stuff go and forgiving myself, forgiving others. And the thing about like getting better is that it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of like self-motivation because no one else will do it for you. You can have like everybody try and get you the help you need, but if you don't want that help, then you'll never get any better. So it's very important that like if you want to get better, you need to actually want to get better and put in the work. And it's a lot of work, but it's worth it for sure because I'm doing really good. Like I'm definitely happy. Very, very happy right now.
It's really good.
Yeah, just like it's crazy because I really never thought that I like would be here. I always thought that I would be sad for the remainder of my life. How little or long that would have been. But like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just like really, really, really grateful to have stuck around for like a little longer and for things to be like so much like significantly better. I thought like living was almost impossible. And I say that a lot, like in a lot of interviews and stuff, because it was such like an overwhelming feeling that I had to put up with like throughout my entire time of being like a teenager and stuff. So for me to find living life impossible to looking forward to living life, it's a very big change. A very good change. And so I just feel like, you know, if you're like going through the same stuff and you really, really think that like things aren't gonna get any better, things eventually do get better. And even though it takes like years and stuff, like it eventually does. And you're gonna be so glad that you like pushed through and that you stayed, because I definitely am glad that I stayed. So yeah.
Isn't it so funny how like when you're in that moment, it's like you have like the biggest tunnel vision that you just can't like see a way out. But looking back on it, you're like what was I thinking? Like it seems like it's hard to imagine the feelings you were feeling back then when you're doing better.
Yeah, it really is. Like I have not cried in like a really long time, if I'm being honest. Like I feel like I used to be crying like every fucking day because of how sad I was and how many things were like weighing me down. And like I just can't imagine that. Like I can't imagine me being sad right now and me having to like having no motivation to live life, and like I don't know. It's definitely crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. I think it's also important for everyone listening to hear, for you to hear, because it's, I think, something that a lot of us have felt at one point. Yeah, so maybe one day you'll be looking back at the episodes and think like, whoa, what was I feeling back then?
Yeah, that's true. It almost feels like it's a completely different person. Like the Thomas a few months ago was a completely different Thomas than the Thomas I am today, if that makes sense. Like it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. But apart from that, I know that.
Oh no, Kayla, stop!
Kayla's
like,
crying now. Crying break.
I'm gonna start crying.
Crying break.
Don't
Crying
cry.
break.
You made me tear up, dude.
You made me
No, but you made me tear up.
You made me tear up.
Fucking
Do you have
Kayla, dude.
tissue? Like
There are tissues. There should be there.
They're over here.
I can get you some.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Mark is always a tissue man.
Oh my god, that's true. Every time someone cries, it's always like Mark hands.
It's my acts of service love language.
The exception rate. What's the like exception rate? Does that make sense?
What?
Acceptance rate.
Of them accepting
And the tissue.
It's 100%.
Really?
I feel like there's been a lot of times he's like here and they're like, wait, I'm good.
It's always me that's like.
Oh
no.
yeah, yeah. It's always you. He's always like hesitation. So I was like, no.
50-50 actually.
He rejects his tissues.
Yeah.
But anyways, the theme that we wanted to explore in this episode is related to college, and not just college, but also family. And the overall thing that we want to talk about is how do you deal with being away from family, from friends, and being somewhere brand new. Kayla, you said you've been having like a lot of guilt, right? Over like
Wait,
just
I can't go first.
you're gonna cry.
No. I just need a moment to like
Prepare.
reflect myself.
Just
I
take a
can't go
moment.
first right now.
Take a moment.
Yeah. Somebody else can go, or
All right.
just take a pause.
All right, I'll go. And so I think when it comes to like being away from family and stuff, thankfully, like I'm not going far when it comes to college. I'm only going to be like 10, 15 minutes away, right? And I'm still just like living at home. But what I've recently felt is like I feel like I've been going out too much. Like I haven't been spending time at home. And there was this week where like in June where I like didn't do anything and I was just at home like for the full week. And it was really nice. It was really nice. And something that like I find that's not even related, but I was just gonna say like when it comes to like making plans and being out and socializing, I go through like periods. There's like periods where like each week I want to do something, I want to do a lot of stuff, and then there's weeks where I just like I don't feel like any urge to do anything. I just want to be home the entire time. And recently I guess I've been like going out a lot and I've just been doing a lot of things, and like each time I go out I feel like a bit of a sense of guilt because I'm like, why am I going out again? Like maybe I should be spending more time at home enjoying their presence while I still can, because it feels like I have to like value every single like minute of my family's presence there. Even more so now because there's some family that are visiting from Mexico, so that like means I have to spend time with them. And so sometimes there is a guilt of, you know, I want to go out, I want to be with friends, but I also really want to just be at home and enjoy their presence. And even though maybe we're not like talking all the time or doing something, just the fact that I am at home and like my family's presence is something that like I've come to really appreciate a lot.
Yeah, similar to how Kyle feels, it's similar, but it's not at the same time. It's similar in the sense that like I do feel guilty when I go out to like hang with friends, or like, you know, our trip to Lake Tahoe, like I felt guilty. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is so annoying.
Take your time.
I think I'm just bearing my emotions, so it's easier for me to cry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I do that.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Oh my god.
I don't think about it.
I don't think of, like, I'll just push him, like I'll push him away, or I won't think about it. And that's why it's so much easier for me to cry. And it's a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
This has literally happened before. And it's happening again.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
We don't take time to process it, I think. Like, instead of acknowledging in the moment, we're just like, we'll save that for another time.
Yeah.
And the time never
it
comes.
just builds up and it'll like go out in random moments.
Yeah.
As I was saying, I do have the feeling similar to Kyle where I feel guilty leaving the house, taking trips, or like even going to college. But I think it's different in the sense where like I won't even want to be home, but I'll still feel guilty for like going out with my friends or doing something. And I don't know why I feel that way. I think it's this is like going back to the root of all of our like emotional problems, but I think it just goes back to like my mom. Because like my brother works, my dad works, and so it'll usually just be like me and her in the house. And so then when I leave, it's just like her, and it's like, oh, you know, like what is she gonna do? Like who's she gonna talk to? Who's she gonna call? You know, like I just hope that she doesn't feel lonely. That's like my main concern, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely feel that too. Maybe not to the extent that you guys feel it, because when I go out, I tend to like push away any pessimistic like thoughts now, because I'm like really, really, really trying hard to be optimistic, and so like I just push away those thoughts. Like I know that sometimes I do feel a little bad about not being at home all that much because I'm always out, but I do think about it. I mean, I don't let it get to me, but I just think that like I wonder if my mom like wants me home, or like I haven't been home and maybe I need to spend more time with family. But so one thing that I do notice is that when I am home, I tend to overthink these things. That's the problem. I tend to overthink. And it turns out that like I'm the one who like they don't really mind. They don't care if like I'm out a lot or like if like I'm like not home spending time with them. That's the thing. Like they're okay with me going out and like having fun with my friends. But I feel like they care, but they don't. Like they really do not mind. That's the thing. I feel like but that's just like my situation. I feel like I just overthink it. So I just try not to like feel bad about it.
Yeah. I think maybe for you it's a little bit easier because you have a big family.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Because they're never really alone. They have like
Yeah,
everyone
exactly.
here to talk to. But like Kayla and I, like it's like me. It's usually just me, my mom, and my sister. And then my sister's with her dad, and it's just my mom. And if I go out on that day, then it's just like my mom there, right?
Yeah.
So like, who's she gonna talk to? Like, what is she gonna do? And sometimes, like, yeah, that is like a really shitty feeling that I do feel guilty sometimes, just going out too much. And that's why lately I've been trying to go out less and just stay at home, enjoying their presence, like the most that I can before I leave. I feel like this is so much more different for you though, Isaac, because you're going to college and that's like 7 hours away. So you can't just drive back, right? Like all of us are either like 10 or 40 minutes away at max. But you're like going to be gone for a couple months at a time. Really unable to see them besides like holidays. So how are you feeling about that?
It's kind of scary because like anything can happen in like a year, 2 years. And I just can't imagine like after 4 years coming back and like seeing my family. That's like so much time lost with them.
Well, how long are you going to be apart? Because I know you're like in the program where you're going to travel the world and stuff.
Like I would probably only come for like my freshman Christmas.
And that's it?
Well, yeah, if I'm trying to travel every year. Unless I want to come during the summer, but it just depends what I'm doing at the time. But yeah, it sucks because like coming 8 hours away, like just playing pretty much it.
How are you like, does that make you sad?
Definitely makes me sad because it's just like at home I have a small family as well. I'm grateful my mom at least has my sister, but it's still kind of sad because I just can't imagine not being with them for 4 years. Like when I go out, I don't really feel as guilty, but it does get to me knowing like 1 month away and I won't see them as often. Like every day I wake up, I always expect to like see my mom in the living room or whatever. But now it's just like I'll wake up and I'll be alone.
That's
Oh
sad,
my
yeah.
god, that just hit me, dude. It's
I don't have any friends over there, like no family. That's depressing, but we'll see what happens.
How does your parents feel about it? Are they taking it well or?
Yeah, my mom's always like, "You're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me," because she does me favors and she's just mocking it. But yeah, she's sad too.
Like, who's gonna cook you food? Who's gonna
She
do
says
your
that
laundry?
like my mom made me a tea.
My mom
She's
says
like,
that
"You're
too.
gonna miss me for this."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Thank you, mom."
Like, there's nobody's gonna do that for you.
Exactly, she says.
No, don't cry.
Cry, please cry with me.
Cannot do this. We cannot.
We talk about our moms and we
fucking
start
cry.
crying.
Yeah, this
every
is not
single
good.
I'm telling you, it's like the root of like our
Fuck.
No, I'm good.
Holy shit. No, stop. I'm not going to
I'm
push those
good.
thoughts. Yeah.
Mark, tissue, please.
Yeah, tissue, man, please. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Let's make those motherfucking teenager therapy crying about their moms for 10 minutes straight.
Make a compilation.
A compilation on YouTube. No, yeah, I think that's when it hits me the most. It's just thinking about like it's gonna be such a different routine. It's like a whole nother routine that you're gonna have to get used to, which is not like waking up, and like I don't know, making breakfast with them or
Yeah. It's like completely yourself. It's like you're independent.
yeah. I mean, being independent, Mark, for me like isn't really scary. It's just like
Wait, what?
being independent. That part isn't like the
Oh, I
scary
heard
part.
being independent, Mark. I
Oh,
was like,
what? Oh no, being independent isn't like the scary part for me.
Yeah.
It's just like the fact that like it's not what it once was, right?
Yeah.
And it never will be that. Like, it's just gonna be different. So you're gonna have to be away for so long. How the fuck are you gonna deal with that? Do you think you'll be fine though?
I think I'll be fine, but I'm more worried because, like, when I'm at home, I just feel like so secure with my family. Like, if something goes wrong, I always feel like I can do something about it. But now I feel like I'm living like in ignorance. Like, I don't know what's going on at home like every day, and that kind of worries me. Like, I don't know if everyone's taking care of themselves and like what's going on day to day. Like, it's kind of scary.
So for you, you don't think it's gonna be hard personally?
I feel like it'll take me time to get used to the routine, but I don't think I'll be bad.
Yeah.
As long as I just work on myself. And
Are you one to get homesick?
I always say I don't get homesick until like it hits me into the end. Like some people instantly they're like, I want to go home. I want to go home. I can take it for a while, but then it just hits me bad.
Maybe it hits you once you start to actually think about.
Yeah, I think I just ignore it.
You're just moving through it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much going on. You're like college. You're worried about classes, exams, grades, friends, like roommates, financial aid, whatever. And you don't stop to think about the fact, like, oh shit, like, if I want to go home right now, I can't.
I think it's because, like, I know if I worry about it, there's no point. Because it's not like I'm just going to go home.
Yeah.
Like, it's just no point in worrying about things like that.
That's true.
Just think about what you have to do. And you're good.
I guess so.
Kyle, Mark, are you guys like staying with your family next week?
I'm living. I'm pretty sure I'm like living with my family. Mark, you are too, right?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about getting an apartment, maybe?
It just depends. It's just there's a lot of situations I gotta play out. So I try to see where time does it stay.
Okay. I was just curious.
Thank you.
Yeah. But apart from that, the other thing is that you're not just leaving your family, you're like leaving your friends too. And everyone you've known really up to like your entire life completely. And you're breaking off from that. How do you feel about that? Because college is like the transition from high school to college is so different when you're moving really far away. Because it's genuinely like a whole new experience.
I was really worried about that because I had this fear that once I go to college, everyone's going to know another person. But after talking to like my class and stuff like in the program and seeing what they're about, a lot of them are coming by themselves as well. And my roommate as well, he's just by himself, like he knows no one at the school or anything. So I feel more reassured about that. But then again, I'm not really worried because when I go there, I'm trying to be more independent, work on my hobbies. So if I can't really hang out as much, I don't really mind it.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I was like, well, I'm probably just going to keep like feeling lonely and just thinking about that and thinking about that. But I don't want to get all gloomy and stuff over there.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be times where you're lonely at first. But once you get into the routine, I think it's easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to like lose a lot of friendships because you're so far away?
I wonder if that can happen.
I mean,
'cause, like online is not enough. I think I don't think they'll completely go away, but like they just won't be the same, obviously.
and maybe they just won't be the same for 4 years until you're like back together, and then things will be fine.
Yeah, you can just like rekindle the relationship.
Yeah.
It makes me so sad.
that's
like,
pretty wild.
because I like every time I think about Isaac leaving, I get really fucking sad. Like,
Oh no, please.
I mean, I have to think about it right now because y'all just brought it up. But yeah, like it's weird to imagine like this without like Isaac. Mark, can you pass me the
Please
tissue?
stop.
I was literally fucking about to cry yesterday because you know how we went out yesterday
Yeah.
and we were talking and I started thinking about you leaving.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Like it's just so weird to like not have Isaac here.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like I mean, I try not to think about it like at all because
It makes
like
you sad.
it's happening and like
Uh-huh.
there's nothing we can do about it. But I know that it's only 1 month away for like all of us to
Mhm.
go.
For real, yeah.
And
Just keep
It's-
going, Thomas.
and it's heartbreaking. Yeah.
Dude, this is such an emotional episode I was not expecting at all.
I'm gonna start
Dude.
sobbing.
I was not expecting to cry this much. I was expecting, like, I knew a tear or two was gonna come. But I was not expecting
I didn't
this.
expect to cry either.
Like, why? Yeah.
But y'all are also going like 40 minutes to an hour away, so it's kind of harder like to hang out.
I
still.
mean, but I know it's very manageable. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not too worried. Like, I feel like we kind of have it best case scenario, and like, yeah, like Kayla and I will always have each other,
That's good.
and we're like gonna be here like every weekend, I think.
That's
And,
nice.
Or
Yeah,
so.
like it works out. So I'm not too worried.
That's good.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to leave.
Just like revoke your acceptance.
Yeah.
Cause don't go. I will pay you to stay.
We will send you to travel, okay? Just don't go.
I think there's also another side is like seeing your friends leave to college, right?
Mm.
And I think the reason it gets me so sad is because like
Okay.
because Isaac and like one other of my friends are like friends I've had since like 6th grade. Like you two have been like the two consistent friends that like we've been close ever since then. So it's almost like, I guess almost like an anchor, right? That no matter what, you always have like two people. And whether you like talk every day or we talk every day or we hang out every day, it's sort of like, they're like always there, right? And so, and not in a way that's like a backup or anything, but more so in like reliability. That like it's someone you could rely on, that like cares for you and that you care for them. And so I guess being able to have people like that in my life without the feelings of doubt that a lot of other friendships have is, I guess, something that I really value. So I think it will be a hard couple of months for me once you leave. Like, I think that's gonna be so sad.
I feel like I can make friends over there, but it just won't be the same as like my childhood friends.
It's like the main characters and then like season 2 characters.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't
it's
feel
like
the same.
it's not the same. Like I grew up with these people, I changed with these people, we matured together. Like it's just not the same.
Oh, the season 2 characters never hit the same.
Yeah, it's just like random.
And it's so weird to think about that because I don't know, I think about this a lot when it comes to like relationships and friendships. Like imagining like all of us separate and then I get a new group of friends. Like I feel like in the back of my mind I will always see the original as like the original, right? Like the brand name friends, and these are like the mock-up fucking.
It just won't be the
brand names.
same.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Isaac is like, I think the only like friend that I have that's like moving really far away, I think.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why it makes it so hard. Like he's like, I can't like visit him. Like, I mean,
So
we would have to drive how far?
Like 7 hours probably. A road trip.
I mean, I'll do it for you, but like I can't be doing it all the time and stuff. It's yeah, it's sad. Sorry to like drop that little bomb on y'all, but
Yeah. No, I was thinking about it this whole fucking time. Literally, I was napping and I was thinking about it, and I was like fucking about to cry.
really?
Yeah. I don't know. The separation is hard. The guilt of leaving is like hard. Because I guess sometimes it feels like abandonment. I think with parents specifically, there's like this thing that like there's so much love that kids have for their parents that even if their parents are like abusive or toxic or absolutely terrible, like totally absent in their lives, they would still experience feelings of guilt and like for like leaving them or like not loving them or getting them out of their life, even though they're like terrible for them and they know that. it's something you just keep experiencing because of like you have like such a deep unconditional love for them, I guess. And I guess for a lot of people, college is kind of a time where they have a chance to get away from like a toxic environment, a toxic household. But people still struggle with the effects of actually leaving, which is doubt, and wanting to go back and regret and feeling like you're a bad person. And if you're feeling that, then the best I can do is say that like you shouldn't feel guilty for leaving, and you shouldn't feel guilty for not wanting them in your life. And it's gonna be hard because there's gonna be a lot of times where you feel like maybe you did the wrong thing and you should have loved them no matter what, simply because of the fact that they're your parents. But a parent isn't automatically entitled to unconditional love or respect. It's, after all, like, you don't owe them anything and they owe you everything. And if they aren't giving you basic things like respect and love, then you don't really need to give that back. You go and you find your own thing. So, to the kids of parents in toxic households or unstable households, I hope you realize your worth and you come free from all the guilt and debt that you feel you owe your parents, because you don't owe them anything. And I hope you find peace within yourself to be able to forgive yourself for leaving them and know that it wasn't your fault. And none of this situation was ever your fault. You have every right to chase your own happiness and do whatever it takes to make yourself happy and give yourself a better life that maybe they could never give you. And so with that being said, do any of you have anything else to add? In general. I mean, cry then. I've been
Honestly,
crying.
like, I just really haven't given college much like thought, if I'm being honest. Like, I've just like been so focused on like spending as much time like with my friends as possible, like making the most out of like our summer and stuff, that I just haven't really realized that like college is approaching really fast. And even though, you know, like we're still like 40 minutes away, it's like we won't see our friends on like a maybe even like monthly basis. Like,
People get busy.
yeah, people get
Yeah.
busy, and it's crazy. Like, we're gonna have like completely new lives and routines and friends, and like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but it is scary, and I don't know if I'm ready, if I'm being honest.
I think it's a good thing that you don't think about it, because I feel like when you do think about it, there's just like, even if you don't even mean to, there's just something in the back of your head always that's like, it's limited time, you know?
Yeah,
It's like you're just robbing yourself of the present.
exactly. Yeah.
Be in the present. It's the best you can do. Is be in the present and enjoy everything that right now is offering.
Yeah. But sometimes it's good to reflect every now and then.
Yeah, reflecting is a very important thing. Meditation. Meditate. Take a moment to notice everything around you. And you'll start to see a lot of patterns and things that you had never felt before or even realized. But anyways, thank you for listening to this episode. Let us know, are you going away for college? How are you feeling about that? And how are you dealing with it? Or are you seeing your friends go away? And how is that hitting you emotionally? If you want to follow us at Teenage Therapy on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and every other social media that you can think of. And yeah, thank you for listening. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.